All right, Shalom boys here. Well, out and about getting after it as usual. It's going to be a huge winter storm coming, and the temperature is going to be like 1 degree. So, I'm telling clients, check those pipes, make sure that you got a small leak on the faucets, make sure that your pipes are insulated, make sure that your well house is done, because last year, and I posted some pictures, last year was a good year. And it's interesting how a calamity like a tornado or pipes bursting everywhere, they need plumbers. They'll call up anybody. They need handymen and plumbers to come out and fix that quick, because when your toilet don't flush, when your shower don't work, it's a pretty bad situation for the average American that is not trained to go without modern day conveniences. And so, and people live that way. And if people live that way, that's fine. But me personally, I love to know that I can have a nice hot shower and use the commode. Boy, the simple things in life. But I'm telling you, when you look at this kind of stuff, these storms is going to definitely cause some bursting pipes. And so therefore, I'm already getting calls. And this is what leads me into, this is why I'm telling you that to lead you into the main point of conversation. Homesteading and work. Homesteading and work. Community and work. A homestead or a piece of land, whether it's community or a homestead, it is a very needy thing. It needs inputs. Not only does it need inputs in terms of financial resources, material resources, it needs this. It needs a skilled hand in order to see what the problems are, develop landscape, put in infrastructure, piping, heating, cooling, refrigeration, storage, food production, food storage, pantries, livestock pens, chicken coop. I can go on and on and on and on. And it's a full-time job. I mean, sometimes, when I get up in the morning, because I usually don't get up until I'm well rested. But when I get up, I'm after it all day, whether it's on or off the land. And, just staying productive and having a clear mind is just such a beautiful thing. But, I say that to say, and that's why it's so important to say it, is that it's very difficult to work a job and live on a homestead that you're trying to develop. And those are the reasons why. I mean, I told everybody a while ago, I used to work from home. And when I moved out here, I had a high-paying work-from-home job. This is when work from home wasn't, everybody wasn't doing it like they're doing it now. I mean, the lifestyle that I was able to lead as a direct result of working from home was beautiful. I could be in any city, any town, as long as I had my laptop and I had my internet connection and my cell phone, all which they paid for. I was in business. And so therefore I was working from all over the place. And it was a beautiful thing. But when I moved out here, I couldn't do both. I mean, I realized long term, there's no way that I could sit at this computer, do conference calls, let alone travel on business trips, because these are, what I did as a project manager, implementation, was I had to be client facing. I had to be on site. I had to host conference calls. There was no such thing as, showing up even on a conference call, let alone, with some jeans and a bonnet on or something like that. No, these are professionals and they expect a professional appearance from you. That's why I never got any tattoos, earrings, and all that stuff. And no, keep it sharp. Keep it sharp for the professional class. And that's only I speak for. I don't give a shit, nor do I consider what the ways of Pookie and Ray Ray dress. I don't deal with degenerates. Uh, and if you're offended by that, then you're a degenerate as well. But the idea of working, going to these jobs, it's difficult. And typically, the average person that's coming out of the city, not too many people was making a good salary before then. So, and let alone when you move out to the country, there's not many, if any, high-paying jobs out here. They just do not exist. And so, I'm at Lowe's now. It's a busy day. People getting after it. I gotta go and pick up some material. What? I'm at the wrong stuff. Am I at the right store? I'm at the right store. So, when you move out into the country, there's not going to be very high-paying jobs. And you have to match that up with the fact that, with inflation that's already here, the cost of things. I remember you can get a 16 by 40 double wide if you wanted to pay to rent it or rent to own. You pay the monthly payment on that thing was like $450. But now it's like $900. You talking about propane going up. You talking about all these inputs that's going up. The cost of energy, the cost of water. All of these inputs are going up. But these low slave wage jobs, they're not putting people in the situation as to where. Going to Lowe's first. As to where they can take care of things, take care of their life, pay all of these inputs, and work the land, because typically these low paying jobs that they got out in the country, they're low paying. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be making, a lot of money, and it's physically exhausting. You're talking about chicken plant jobs, you're talking about Amazon jobs, you're talking about Walmart jobs. Those jobs require physical work. And so you're working this job, this high physically demanding job. And at the same time, you are having to come home and do all of this work. And I've yet to see it done. And this is why I always say real skills. Is Jimmy in? Jimmy?
He's in lunch.
Okay, all right. So, that's why it's so important to have real skills. And to be able to, because in that situation, you work when you want to work. And you have a real skill. And this is why I've been, pressing this time and time. The need for these real skills. Because this is going to put you in a situation where you can work when you want to work. And you can definitely get paid up into the six figures. No doubt, no deity, no doubt. It is very much doable if you're willing to put in the work. And this gives you the flexibility where you can make a whole lot more in a whole lot less time. While at the same time being able to work your land. Now, again, a lot of people, they're not going to go and do this. And personally, it is my observation that it's not that people can't do it physically. They're mentally, they don't have a mind to work. You got to understand that this requires a mind to work, because we've been programmed in this society to go to a job, and that's how we make our money. I mean, that's how people think. They know that if they work hard, if they work like a slave, they'll get this little bitty check, And at least it'll, keep on the lights, because that's all it's doing. It ain't doing nothing else. Because of the nature of the work, it's just not going to pay a lot of money. And so therefore, you're not going to be able to develop, a piece of property if you don't have a mind to work, if you don't have the flexibility and the ability to, move and come and go as you please. Because like in the last couple of days, I started, we got a project going on, but, I had to stop to, tend to my, cut some wood up and stuff. So I had to stop that. But if you're working at Walmart or if you're plucking chickens, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. You're going to show up. If you don't show up, you're going to get fired. And so when someone has that level of control over you, just across the board, but especially, from the perspective of homesteading and stuff, when somebody got that power over you, they can just fire you from a low slave wage job. That's a sad situation to be in. So that's why I say, a lot of people just don't have the mind to work. They ain't got the mental capacity to do it. And we're seeing the dumbing down of America. We're seeing, people just slow these days. People ain't there these days. I'm telling you, you watch this stuff and you watch people and you watch what they do. And it's just like, it's evident. And, I did a video talking about, just folks stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a difficult thing to see someone that just can't, just put basic 2 and 2 together. But this is what we're seeing. And then, let alone you got a person going out and buying a homestead or much less a community. And nobody got a mind to work. Nobody has no real skills. Nobody can do anything but just do these things. And that's why it's so important to have real skills. That's why it's so important to develop, because this solves a multitude of problems. A multitude of problems to solve. And if you're in a situation as to where, he's back. Yeah. Right, you don't have, sorry about that. You don't have to worry about these things because you have real skills and you're self-employed and you know how to market a business. And, these are for the few who can do it. I know a lot of people, they just don't have the mental capacity to do it. But for the few who can do it, do it. Humble yourself. Start a real business. So you ain't got to be at the whim of these things to get stuff done. At the contractor's desk. You got my quote? My estimate?
I told you that.
You can call me?
Nope.
Well, let me get this so I can turn around and tell the client and see if they want to do it. Extra $1,500 in the pocket.
Whatever you want.
You know what it is.
And just make sure that's what you want.
Oh, that's a minimum ticket.
There's 4 posts, 4 concrete.
Oh, minimum ticket.
I did all treated. 2 2x10/16. That's for outside.
No, this is good.
I'm just meant above your post. That's your carriers. I use 2x6 10-foot treated just for your rafters. That's your ledger board, maybe a fascia. That's your lathe. And then there's your metal, 9 foot. Figure you don't have much rise. There's 2 corners, a bag of screws, and some rafter ties. That's it.
Got you. Okay, I think they'll go for this. But we're good to go. All right. So.